Y'all. Y'all ready to get into this? Are you ready to get into these Real Housewives of Atlanta? Woo, we got a whole lot to talk about. We got a whole lot to talk about. Where my peach? Where my peach? Okay, y'all. Look. This is not a live video. You know, I normally do live, but this is not a live. I decided to pre-record early. You know, I had got the screener early. I wanted to review it early so that I could go about my business. I'm probably somewhere right now at the watch party. And you know, at a watch party, you can't watch nothing. But hopefully they didn't change too much. Because I got a whole bunch of notes I'm about to dive into for us to discuss. Because, you know, I got a lot of thoughts about this. Okay, you know, they got a lot of new taglines. They got a new intro. You know, it's a whole new look as the drama picks up for the 12th season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Can you believe it's been 12 years? Y'all been watching this for 12 years. Oh my God. I don't even know. I don't even know where to start. Okay, let's just start at the beginning. How about we go dive into these taglines? The taglines had already came out. You know, we've been discussing these for a couple of days now. You know, I dropped them over on Straight from the A, and you could have seen them elsewhere as well. In order of peach holding person. Okay, let's start with Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore's tagline: I was going with the wind, fabulous. Wait a minute, no, I got that wrong. I was going with the wind. Now I'm back and I'm just fabulous. And you know, I'm putting my ATL spin on it, okay? Then there's Eva. Eva the diva. Now, I don't know about you, but Eva kind of messed up the flow. I understand she was with child and everything at the time. And, you know, putting her in a gold dress while everybody else got on, you know, pale yellow and white, it just seemed, I don't know, out of place maybe? I guess. You know, everybody got on their own shade of something. But, you know, Kandi, it's funny because Kandi and Porsha both have on white. And Nene and Kenya both have on yellow. And, you know, Cynthia fading into the distance with pale yellow. But, you know, I digress. Let me continue on with these taglines. Eva's taglines: I'm living my dreams, but not above my means. Did she really say that? Okay, I'm going to keep going. Kandi. Y'all know Kandi. Here we go, Kandi. Kandi said, don't check for me unless you have a check for me. Okay, Kandi, we see you. Then we have Porsha. Porsha, I got a whole lot for you this season, but it's coming. Okay, the phoenix has risen, and I'm saying bye ashes. Bye ashy. Okay, we get it. Cynthia, the only time I look back is to see how far I've come. Okay, Cynthia, don't look back, girl. Don't look back. I see you. Nene, I'm on a spiritual journey and I'm traveling first class. Okay, Nene is traveling first class on her spiritual journey. And I guess she's going to need it this season because Kenya Moore did not come to play. Okay, she didn't. Okay, let's go ahead and dive right into this season 12 premiere. Y'all already know it starts out with Miss Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore is back. Can you believe it? She has a baby. No, but first, before we get into Kenya Moore, the whole episode starts with an explosive fight. Nene screaming, no. Eva in the middle with her pregnant belly. You know, Kandi, Cynthia, I don't know, it's just all jumbled up. A cameraman in the middle, and you know how it goes with Nene and them cameramen. But there was a fight. But the fight happened 6 months into filming, and we not gonna see anything about it. But they showed it to us. So, okay, Real Housewives, we gonna give you that. You know, Eva comes up and she's like, look, let's start from the beginning. Rewind. So we rewind. Here's Kenya. Kenya Moore, she's back. We already know she's back. Straight from the A was the first person to tell you that Kenya was coming back. You know, I released that information back in, was it April or May? I told y'all the Grinch was back, and everybody was like, no, she ain't. No, she ain't. I was like, yes, she's back full time. She has a peach. I said with certainty that she was back, and she was. While your other fave bloggers were telling you Kenya was still in negotiations, I told y'all there was no negotiation to be had. Kenya was back. Shout out to straightfromtheA.com. But anyway, I digress. Kenya's back. She's with child. You know, she's bringing baby Brooklyn along with her. But coincidentally, where is her man? Where is her man? We can't find him. We don't know where he is. He's nowhere to be seen. Kenya and baby Brooklyn are living the single mother life. You know, over there in Moore Manor, you know, in North Atlanta, chilling in the woods. You know, we see a picture of Marc on the counter. We see a picture of Marc. We see him, but where is he? You don't know. We can't find him. Kenya apparently can't find him either because she tries to call him on the phone, and all circuits are busy. All circuits are busy. Does that mean he didn't block Kenya's number for calling too much? I don't know. I'm just here to I don't make the news. I just blog about it. So Kenya has a very beautiful daughter. I gotta tell, Brooklyn is adorable. But, you know, she's a changed woman. She says she's a changed woman despite her previous violent history with her castmates. Kenya now, motherhood has, you know, mellowed her out. She is different. They show a flashback to when Kenya was going in on everybody. You remember when Kenya went in on KKK Kim, told her daughter was a whore and was sucking ping for John Legend tickets. Y'all remember that? I was sitting in the kitchen when that happened. But anyway, I digress. Can you say she different now? We gonna see. And interestingly enough, Kenya talks about her previous relationship history, and Bravo goes down the line and shows Walter Jackson. Y'all remember Walter Jackson? They show Matt Jordan. Y'all remember Matt Jordan? And all the sordid relationships that everybody was like, Kenya and her renter boyfriends, you know, Kenya could never find a man. But then coincidentally, now that she allegedly has a man, he ain't there either. Look, I don't know. But anyway, it's no secret that Kenya's flirted with people's husbands. She's called people's daughters whores and prostitutes. But now she got her own baby girl. It's just, I guess that means she's a new woman. She's a different person. But my thing is, you are who you are. You will be who you will be. And I don't know if baby Brooklyn is going to change who Kenya is at her core. Again, it just remains to be seen. Now we are on to Porsha Williams. It's been a hot girl summer. No, it hasn't actually. It hasn't been a hot girl summer for Porsha. But, you know, it's been a hot girl summer for her bank account because Porsha ended season 10 with her own spinoff. Porsha has a baby. We witnessed Porsha and Dennis through their trials and tribulations when she gave birth to baby Pilar. They were so happy. Dennis had moved in even though his clothes were still in the basement. They was going to counseling. They was working things out. Now we start season 12 with with Dennis in the doghouse. Now we've heard all the rumors, we've seen everything, but here's what I find interesting. And this is my 12 years of Housewives experience at work, and I know some people are going to get mad at me for saying this, okay? However, Porsha is letting the blogs write her storyline. Okay, look, stick with me, stay with me for a minute, right? Okay, so y'all know when Porsha was on Porsha Had a Baby, the overall consensus was Porsha don't want that man, Porsha just want a baby. Porsha don't want that man, Porsha just want a baby. Everybody on every website, on Lipstick Alley, on Straight from the A, on Instagram, up under the comment sections, on the Shade Room, everywhere was saying the exact same thing. They Porsha don't want that man. Porsha don't want to be married no more. Porsha went through it with Cordell. She don't want that man. A YouTuber decided she was gonna make up this outlandish story. She's known for making outlandish stories, and this particular YouTuber made up this outlandish story about animal porn and cheating, and even had the lady name that Dennis was cheating with. All of this happened all over all throughout the summer, June, July, August. It just became the buzz of the buzz. Nobody was talking about nobody else but Porsha and this breakup. She got this big ring. She's finally got her happily ever after. When's the wedding? We waiting on the spinoff. Portia's having a marriage. Portia's having a marriage. We waiting. We just waiting. So Porsha and the producers like, hey, easy money. Let's go ahead and run with it. Let's run with what the blogs are saying. Let's give the people what they want. And you know what they do after coming off the heels of a successful spinoff? They bring Porsha to us. Sad, lonely. Dennis then moved out. She's a single mama. She don't know what she gonna do. And that's one thing her and Kenya have in common at this point. But I digress. Look at the cinematography of the episode. It's raining. Go to Porsha. She crying. She don't know what she gonna do. He gone. She not telling nobody why he gone. But it's just interesting. She said that several rumors in the blogs have gotten her all in her feelings. Okay. She also claims that she found something, but she won't say what it was. Something inappropriate. She won't say what it was. And she's feeling a bit some kind of way about Dennis's extracurricular activities, whatever they are. It's kind of odd because if you don't read the blogs, if you're not on the YouTube, you don't know what the hell they talking about. You don't know these YouTube people. You don't know them from Jack. So we're gonna get to that in a minute. So Porsha, congratulations, she turned lemons into lemonade by letting the blogs write her storyline. And we're going to get to that. Next up, we catch up with Kandi Burruss. Kandi Burruss is in the midst of adding to her growing family. She already has a stepdaughter and a daughter who, are about to leave the nest almost. Then there's baby Ace. And now, remember last season, her and Todd had 2 embryos brewing, and they were like, no child left behind. We doing something. They had met with Dr. Jackie, met with the surrogate, was interviewing surrogates. Now it seems that Kandi decided to go with the woman we met last season on the show. The lady's name was Shadina. And when Kandi first appears on the show, Kandi decides she's going to FaceTime Shadina to catch up. The successful housewife also shares some details about the situation, and she says, while she was originally expecting twin girls, one of the embryos didn't take, so now she's only expecting one daughter. So she catches up with Shadina and asks her how she's feeling. Has the baby started kicking yet? Apparently, Shadina is only a few months into her pregnancy, and she says she hasn't, but, Kandi will be the first to know. Kandi seems a bit wistful, thinking about the children that she's carried in the past, and it seems like it's a strange situation for her. She got this woman who's carrying her egg and Todd's sperm, and she don't know how to feel about it. She just seems a bit, wistful. So that being said, Ace is there as well when Kandi's on the call, and Ace kind of talks to Todd, and he was like, is mommy buying my sister from the store? And Todd seems a bit stunned, and he asks Kandi, can Ace come to the next appointment, because he's confused about this. It's a confusing situation. Clearly, you're not carrying no baby. We ain't gonna pop up at home with no child, and Ace wants to know where this kid is coming from, and I think it would be important for him to, be a part of the process. So Kandi agrees, and I guess Ace is gonna know. So, I thought about that, and it's really interesting because children are quite honest. Is he gonna feel differently about his child knowing that his mother didn't carry her the traditional way? Like, is Ace, as how is he gonna run around and explain this to the kids at school, like my baby, this other lady carried my mama baby, So even though it's a rich people problem, but I don't know if explaining to him the ins and outs of surrogacy is a good idea at this age. Just my humble opinion. I don't know. I'm not a mother, but y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Eva the Diva is back, honey. She is 7 months pregnant. She about to pop. She couldn't have picked a better time to be with child. In fact, last season, she was bouncing from house to house. Her bridesmaids was spilling her tea, talking about she was renting a house over there and borrowing the house over here, and she still can't find a house, and she don't have nowhere to live, and her credit bad, and she driving around with a Jeep and a CPN number. It was all kind of rumors going on about Eva. But this season, apparently, Eva said she gonna get it all together. She done got it all together, and she is not living above her means, hence her tagline. However, the first scene we get with Eva, we find out she homeless. They don't have nowhere to live. They still haven't found a house. But she make it seem like, she want all this stuff. She want a pool. She want, I don't know, crown molding. She wants a stainless steel kitchen. I don't know what she wants. But apparently she can't find it in Atlanta with all these houses around. I suspect she can't find it in her price range in the city of Atlanta. Because y'all know within the city of Atlanta, the housing rate is to the roof. It's booming within the city of Atlanta. Now, you can get something on the outskirts, but in the city limits where she want to live, she gonna have to shell out some cash. And the rental market is off the chain. The buyer's market, it's not a buyer's market, it's a seller's market right now, apparently. And Eva seems, she can't find anywhere she wants to live in her price range. And in my price range is in my words, because she's saying she can't find nothing. And I'm like, there's plenty of things out there, you just can't afford it. I mean, just be honest. You're not trying to live above your means. It is what it is. Okay. Now, when we catch up with Cynthia, child, she is still begging Mike Hill for a ring. Cynthia is thirsty. And she admits that she is thirsty. She admits that she is over 50. She is ready to settle down, and she done found the man that she wants to settle down with. Cynthia said she prayed for the perfect man. She prayed for every little detail of him, but she forgot to ask for somebody who lives in Atlanta. How could you forget? Or at least in the same state. At least, pray for God to, have me in the same city and state as my man. And I guess Kenya forgot that too, but I digress. So Cynthia and Mike says Mike Hill is her dream guy. But he needs some convincing, because Mike ain't ready yet. Even though they keep talking about it, Mike said, let me do this on my own time when I feel like it. Let me have my moment. I want to pick out the ring. I want to get on my knee. I want to ask on my time. And Cynthia's like, all right, I guess, whatever. The thing he's most concerned about is their living arrangements. Mike Hill's on the West Coast. Cynthia is stuck on the East. Mike admits to Cynthia, he was like, all of my professional opportunities are in LA. And even though Cynthia didn't say it, we all know her professional opportunities are tied to Atlanta. You can't live in LA and be a Real Housewives of Atlanta, even though Kenya did it in the first season she was on, whatever season that was. Kenya was living in LA before she found her rental property, and that's a whole nother story. But Cynthia is like, what we gonna do? I don't know. So meanwhile, I don't know if Noelle is living with Mike out there, and that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. We already talked about it, and if you want to read about that, it's on Straight from the A, and it's also in a previous video. But Mike, I've heard that Mike and Cynthia bought a home in California, but don't take my word for it. But since then, we all know they've already gotten engaged, but we still on, the first season. So, real life versus the show. That's why I say I don't like to constantly beat y'all up about all this Housewives news, because it spoils it for us. Because we looking at these people like we already know. Now we got to figure out what Cynthia's walk, to the ring was. But anyway, we see she was thirsty for it. Mike, another thing that I found out was interesting was, Mike said he don't like Cynthia in her wigs. He made her take off her wig and made her get all natural. Like, how you gonna make her take off her wig? You know Cynthia and her wig. Cynthia love her wig. You rarely see Cynthia without a wig. I guess that's why Cynthia was wearing braids and stuff for as long as she was, because Mike wasn't feeling the weaves and the wigs. Interesting. Let me know what y'all think about Mike making Cynthia snatch off her wig on air. Anyway, I digress. Moving on. Now, speaking of Cynthia, the first group or couple outing, I guess you could say, occurred when Cynthia and Kenya, met up for the first time this season at the Bailey Wine Cellar. Cynthia's showing off her new venture. Kenya comes over, shows off her new baby. Everything is all good and gravy. It seems like the topic of conversation is who? Nene Leakes. Nene Leakes ain't even really appeared in the show besides that fight scene at the beginning. But Cynthia and Kenya choose to discuss Nene. Nene accused Cynthia of betraying her, for the things that she was doing behind the scenes to bring Kenya back. And in my opinion, it's not the fact of bringing Kenya back. It was just the fact of you just straight out lying and being deceitful and sneaking around and saying what she was supposed to pretend that Kenya wasn't there. They show all of those clips when Cynthia and Kenya finally meet. Okay, now that that's all over and Nene has said, I ain't messing with none of y'all no more, Cynthia admits that she hadn't spoken to Nene, their friendship is strained, or actually they don't have a friendship no more. And Kenya seems quite pleased at that. She brings up the fact that Nene, back in the day when she invited Walter Jackson to her wedding, didn't take into account that Walter was Kenya's ex. But we all know Walter wasn't really Kenya's ex. Walter was just a renter dude. Like, so if Walter and Kenya's husband, and Nene's husband are friends, she could, why not invite him to her wedding? You can't take into account somebody's exes when it comes to your wedding. Like Nene said, I wasn't thinking about you when I was inviting people to my wedding. I was thinking about me and being fabulous. So Blue, move on. But Kenya brings that up as if that absolves Cynthia of doing the exact same thing. But Cynthia and Nene were friends. Kenya and Nene were not. So I would expect a certain level of consideration from Cynthia before I would think of the same from Nene to Kenya. Just my humble opinion. Cynthia decides to speak about the whole situation with Porsha, what's going on the internet, the bestiality rumors, the animal stuff. Like, it's just all kind of stuff going on the internet streets. Like, people have an active imagination and they just run with things. But again, I digress. So Kenya wants clarification. Kenya was like, wait a minute. Was he actually doing it with animals? Or was he simply watching it? I doing it like animals? I just need to know. So I'm just like, what difference does it make, Kenya? Like, as if one is better than the other, I guess, why are you fantasizing about what Porsha and Dennis do in the bedroom, A, and B, why are you normalizing watching animals do it? I'm just saying. I'm just asking. So, anyway, I'm like, does Kenya have that on her fire? Is that's what's on Kenya's fire stick these days since Marc ain't around? Meanwhile, on the other side of town, we got Porsha, still sad, still lonely, still trying to find a tear about Dennis moving out. Porsha says she's going through a big depression. She ain't been able to get out of bed. It take her hours and hours to get dressed. She hasn't returned to work yet, but she will soon. But she says she doesn't want to leave the house. Her mom and her sister sitting around just looking at her. Just looking at her. But it's like Porsha telling them, I thought he was my forever. I thought he loved me. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We got a baby. And it was just like, oh girl. I want to feel for Porsha. I really do. But because I know it's some bullshit because I know it's it's not factual. It's like because I know that she and Dennis were still together during this time. I'm just like, girl, make them coins. Make them coins, get them dollars, child. But you know, I digress. We gonna roll with it. Let's just pretend that they really are broken up. Let's just pretend. So Porsha asks, was it all a dream? You know, did she spend an entire spin-off show faking her happiness? Is she faking now? I don't know. But you know, the people want to know how things went south. How did things go south over what you read in a blog? Y'all leave your comments down below and let me know what had happened. How did she break up over things that were said in a blog? Do you automatically just believe what is said in the blog? I don't know. Our producers pranking us with this. Our producers pranking us with this story about Porsha. I wanna know. Now you know things would be messy without a little OLG gang, without a little Kandi Burris, and without Kandi getting in Porsha's business. Now, there's a reason why Kandi and Porsha are in the center this season. That's because basically the bulk of the season is surrounding Porsha and Dennis's fake breakup, and Kandi, and you know, whatever involvement she's gonna have in it, and her surrogacy. So, of course, it's the opportunity for Kandi to utilize her branding. And, you know, OLG gang is the source of the gossip. It's the place for the gossip. So, it's a whole bunch of old ladies meeting at the old lady gang. I'm kidding. So, Cynthia, Kandi, and Eva, you know, decide to share an outing at the old lady gang. And lo and behold, coincidentally, who is there? The mistress, aka Sincerely Ward, who used to be on Wax Atlanta back in the day. Now, Sincerely and Kandi and probably Eva are pretty cool friends. Sincerely utilizes Eva's husband to write her cease and desist letters and all of those things. So there's a tie to Sincerely Ward and the Real Housewives of Atlanta cast. Now, that being said, Lil Boozy, aka Tasha K, was the person on YouTube who started those rumors. Now, I don't know if Tasha K was fed those rumors. I don't know if she made up those rumors. I'm prone to believe that it was all a subject of her imagination. Now, the situation, perhaps she was trolled. I'm going to give Lil Boosie the benefit of the doubt because she's been trolled before. People see her things all the time and she runs with it without no clarification. So perhaps producers trolled her to do this. So Lil Boosie, she's the producer now of Porsha's storyline, is included in the episode. So her story about Porsha, Dennis and the animal situation and cheating and Sincerely Ward, all of that comes up in conversation. So Sincerely Ward pops up and she was like, I'm the alleged mistress that the blog said. It wasn't a blog with a B, it was a vlog with a V. There's two different things. One person can write, the other person can do videos. But again, I digress. So she got on video and she made up these rumors. And so Sincerely Ward, I've heard through the grapevine, sent her a cease and desist back when it all started. The cease and desist was written by Michael Sterling, who happens to be Eva Marcel's husband. But here we are, the old lady gang. Here's her moment to debunk everything. I feel like it was constructed. Like, okay. But anyway, I digress. So Sincerely comes along and she tells Kandi, look, I really have something to tell you. I had nothing to do with it. I'm not the person who would break up a happy home. Don't be putting my name in this mess. My name West and I am an actress. Okay. But anyway, she seems sincere. Cynthia believes that she has nothing to do with it. Eva believes that she has nothing to do with it. Kandi, on the other hand, she's like, I guess, I'm not saying that he won't cheat, but I don't know if I believe it either, but I just know some things about him, and I'm just keeping my mouth closed because I've been involved in it before, and we all know how that turned out. Kandi seems to be upset that the mess was brought to the old lady gang, but she had to sign off on it. Did she have to sign off on it? I don't know, but anyway, so now we know what Kandi's involvement is going to be as far as with Porsha, and Porsha is probably going to feel some kind of way, or is she? Interesting. Now, after the news breaks of Dennis's mistress, the mistress that was in the blogs, the mistress has said, look, I don't know him, he don't know me, I haven't reached out to Porsha because I don't know her either. The ladies have all decided that it's good news, right? That's good news. We can all move on. We can tell Porsha together. So they decide, that they're gonna tell her, but they just don't know when. Well, the when, WHEN, comes pretty quickly, because apparently Kenya decides she gonna be the one to spill the beans when it comes to Porsha. So let me back up. Kenya decides she's going to have a Barbie themed party for baby Brooklyn. She invites all of the ladies to dress up as Barbie dolls. We got Cynthia as the thirsty bride Barbie. We got Porsha as holiday Barbie. We got Kandi and Ace as rockstar Barbie. We got Eva as the workout Barbie, and Kenya says she got her own Barbie, so she just herself. She Kenya Barbie. So they all meet for this kids party. Eva decides she's not gonna bring her kids because apparently she don't like Kenya, or she don't like Kenya's energy. And Cynthia was like, yeah, you're right. You shouldn't have. You don't know Kenya like that. So maybe you need to wait to bring your kids around her or whatever. Porsha seems stunned to hear that. She's like, wait a minute, this is a kids party, and you telling her don't bring the kids? What's up with that? So meanwhile, Porsha and Kenya share a moment. They're both the new moms of the gang. They, share a moment in the back, and they're talking. They seem to have formed a bond over the fact that they're both mothers. Kenya and baby Brooklyn, and Porsha and baby P sat back in the back, and Porsha was like, it's so good that we're now finally cool enough to be friends, especially after I dragged you across that stage that time. And Kenya was like, yeah, it's great, especially after you called me ashy. It's so good that we can find a common bond, because I changed because I have a baby. I'm paraphrasing here. So because they're sitting there with each other and bonding and everything, Porsha decides to share with Kenya that Eva was being messy by not bringing her kids, because Kenya was like, everybody came, everybody brought their kids, I think it was adorable, and then except Eva. And Porsha was like, well, Eva said she didn't bring her kids because she don't know you like that, she don't know your energy. And oddly enough, Cynthia co-signed with her, and Kenya seemed stunned that Cynthia would say such a thing, and Cynthia would do such a thing. She's really in her feelings. So long story short, because Porsha shared that with Kenya decides to share something with Porsha. But the odd thing is, Kenya opened her mouth when the ladies had already told her, don't tell Porsha, please don't tell her, because Kenya overheard them talking about it earlier. I kind of passed that in my commentary, but Kenya overheard the ladies talking about it, trying to figure out if they were going to tell Porsha now or tell Porsha later, and they decided they would tell her later. So Kenya was like, well, I'm going to tell her. And they was like, no, don't tell her. So that being said, Kenya took it upon herself to tell her anyway. So they in the back room. Kenya's like, well, the girl that was in the blogs, that was allegedly Dennis's mistress or whatever, sincerely came up to the old lady gang. I guess it was the old lady gang. Well, she said Kandi's restaurant, so I'm assuming, she knows that Kandi's restaurant is the old lady gang. So she said sincerely came. And, Porsha was surprised. She was like, sincerely from the blog. And Kenya, like me, knows it's not a blog. She was like, no, it's not from the blog. But yeah, it's from a vlog. Kenya was wrong for telling Porsha, period. Kenya's back to her messy ways. And it didn't take but a second for her to get there. So, but instead of pushing the knife further, she decides to go get the ladies, have them tell Porsha herself, even though she's already told her. So earlier when she overheard the ladies talking about it, she was saying in her confessionals, like, I wouldn't be able to show my face if that was my man being talked about like that. I would be so embarrassed and humiliated. So it's interesting that she was the one to tell Porsha to embarrass and humiliate her. She hasn't changed whatsoever. So team twirl on that, okay? But anyway, I digress. The ladies all come in. They share with Porsha about the situation. And, you know, even Kandi was like, you know, I ain't want to be a part of this. I didn't. You know, Kandi seems pissed that Kenya took the liberty to tell Porsha and feels like, you know, she was about to be railroaded. But, you know, fortunately, Porsha took the information in stride. She was like, oh, okay. Hey, well, I guess that's one thing off the public's plate. Like, so basically she's saying publicly we've debunked these rumors, but privately she says there's something else going on. That being said, the translation in my mind is, yeah, the rumors were totally fake, but I'm running with this story because this is my storyline. This is my storyline. This is my song this season, and it is what the people want. So that rounds out my commentary. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You can also read the written version on straightfromthe.com. Please let me know what you thought of this premiere episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and you know, like this video, damn it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and visit straightfromthe.com. I will see you later.